Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video will be covering the Henry 22 lever action rifle model H001. Most of these come with a attractive walnut stock that comes from America. It is an exceptionally smooth action for such an inexpensive rifle. The action is very smooth and it has a nice click at the end. The trigger is extremely smooth. The price for this unbelievable package is only $275. The weight is 5¼ pounds, has adjustable rear sight and a hooded front sight, and it has a grooved receiver on the top, so you can go ahead and put some rings on there and throw a scope on. This is a small 22 caliber scope made by BSA. It's inexpensive. I got it at Walmart for maybe 20 bucks. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and shoot the Henry lever action 22 H001 and see how it fires. One of the things to keep in mind when you're shooting a lever action is to make your fingers sort of like this when you're pulling the lever down and back, and once it clicks back up, then go ahead and bring your trigger finger in. This way you don't accidentally hit the trigger when you're bringing the lever back. You'll pay attention to this area when I'm shooting a couple of times so you can see what I'm talking about. True what their motto says: load on Sunday, shoots all week. Okay, it started raining, so I'm back from the shooting range. One of the things you don't see on the internet too often, or I haven't found a video of, is actually removing this receiver cover from the rest of the Henry H001 22 lever action rifle. Unfortunately, the way that you have to do that is you have to remove 4 screws. We'll go ahead and safety check this real quick. Okay, we are clear. And I believe, if I remember correctly, you want to leave this hammer down. And we'll go ahead and take these screws out. What I'll probably do is fast forward ahead, so you don't have to watch me take every screw out. So underneath the screw, there is a lock washer, and hopefully those will stay in there. Okay, I'm getting the last screw out here, and again, that lock washer, some of them come out with the screw, some don't. You gotta help it along. I want to put this on the screw so I remember which way it came off. Again, here's the wash. The washers are like these little lock washers. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, there's another screw right here on the spine of the stock. I believe that's what you call it. If it's not, if you know the technical term, please feel free to comment the correct term. But go ahead and take that screw out. This screw goes all the way through the stock. Okay. And there's the stock. You can see the mainspring right there. So now the receiver's free to move, and what you want to do is sort of pull it off gently and push back, and there's the receiver cover. And now you can see your bolt. Here's your bolt. And so you can see how the lever there moves back and forth to move the bolt. But that's all I want to take apart. I just want to be able to clean, in this area where it tends to get dirty, and it also allows me to properly clean this barrel, which is from the chamber out toward the crown. That's the direction you always want to try to clean these. Okay, I'm going to run this patch through here one more time. I use one of these cable things made by Otis. Feed the cable down, and it pulls the patch right there through the barrel the correct way, which is the chamber first. Alright, I think we're done. Okay, looking at the moving parts here, the area of most movement is, of course, the lever. As you're pulling the lever, it's on a hinge down in this area here, so it's not going to hurt to just put a drop of rim oil down here and go ahead and work that in. Oh, I can feel the difference right away too. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll be ready to put this back together. Another thing here, I went ahead and removed the bolt earlier and cleaned it, and I'm going to give it a light coat of CLP or ram oil or something like that, just to lubricate it and reduce friction and wear. And I'll be ready to put it back together. Now to put this thing back together, you're going to have to go ahead and bring the lever down so you can get into this notch here. And the reason why it has that notch, so it just lays right on top there. And I'm going to turn this around, and you can see right here, this is the top of the lever, and it just goes into that notch, and that's what pulls the bolt back and forth inside. So I'm going to go ahead and sit there. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and hold the bolt down while locking the lever up, so it's held loosely on there. And now you're ready to put the receiver cover on. I'll go ahead and do that. And as you can see, the receiver cover is on. Make sure that the screw holes are matched up with the holes inside the actual receiver. So from the receiver cover to the receiver, make sure the holes are lined up. Next, what we'll do is take the stop. So we'll go ahead and put that there. All together. Go ahead and put the screw into the top here. And again, you want to get that screwdriver with the correct bit that fits the screw tightly so we don't moor it up. Go ahead and screw that in. And just leave it a little loose. This way it can the receiver can sort of move a little bit and line up with the receiver cover can line up with the receiver. If you do it too tight, it might not be lined up, and you might strip a screw. So leave that a little loose, and then we'll go ahead and put these screws in, and then we'll go ahead and tighten up the last screw. Okay, I'm finishing up tightening up the receiver cover screws. One more. I'll tell you, this bit is fitting tight. Okay. Tight, and then we'll go back here and tighten up the screw. And these don't have to be so tight that you're gonna strip them. You just want them snug. Snug would be the term. Okay, after you do that, we'll go ahead and function check it. It's actually smoother now. I got a little bit of oil in there.